Hi, this is going to be for if you're dealing with an earth sign, a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. If you have like a romantic connection, maybe it's strained, maybe you just, need some clarity, or you're wondering what exactly is it? What's keeping you from being together? Let's get into this. I'll never DM or solicit you guys. If you want to book a reading with me, I do it on Etsy in my private business line only. All right, let's get into it. So I do have some tarot and I have a few cards here. So first up, we do have like a karmic relationship here. So this could be like, you're tied to this person for a number of years, or it could be somebody that maybe you've parted ways with, but you just can't seem to forget them or let them go. Or maybe there's like an on again, off again connection. And, maybe it's always been this way, or maybe it just started to be this way, or you're just starting to recognize or realize the signs. So I feel like you might feel deeply connected to this person. And I sense that it's like, you can't imagine life without this person. But you're already sort of like living life without them is what I feel like. Like I feel like part of the connection kind of feels empty on their part. This is like maybe they're like emotionally detached, or the person involved here with you is like, just confused, or they've lost their way, or they don't know what they want, or they're dealing with karmic cycles in their own family and their own friendships and their own relationships. That could be it too. But there's definitely lessons to be seen here, like lessons that were learned, or you're learning, or you're, kind of working out with this person. But if this relationship has always kind of felt very like chasing, running, if it's always kind of felt like in turmoil, if it's always felt like there's been like ups and downs, and the ups are really intense and great and wonderful, and it feels so good and so on, and then the lows are just so low. Or, you're dealing with, a person who's maybe just like breadcrumbing you, or they're only giving you a little bit, or they're only giving you bits and pieces. Or maybe this is somebody that, you can't forget that, their memory keeps coming back to haunt you, but they really weren't giving much to you either. So it's like, this is a time for you to kind of like examine your relationship patterns, like think about what you've been attracting, who you've been attracting, why, because there's reasons for everything. And sometimes it's just really that we need to look deeper and deeper and deeper. And it might go all the way back to childhood. It could go back to teenage years. It could go back to the first time you've ever, had a broken heart. So it's about letting go too, and giving yourself a lot of love. So we're going to read this one towards the end. These are the other cards that popped out. So what's keeping you from being with the Taurus, the Virgo, or the Capricorn that's in your life? There's a high level of like paranoia here. Like, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to, invest if I don't know if this is going to be like good. I don't know if I could trust this. I don't know if I could trust them, meaning you, or I don't know if I can trust the situation. It could be like you feel this way, like with the trust. There's definitely something with trust. Like, I don't know if I can trust you not to hurt me, because if you hurt me, it would be like the end of the world. Basically, this person, I feel like they've had their own like situations with people that they couldn't trust. And whatever happened, if you had like a fallout with this person, I feel like now they kind of feel like they can't trust you 100%. It could be like this is like your ex, and maybe you're trying to, see where you stand with them. Or, this could be like somebody that you used to date or you used to care about, and the feelings are still there, and you're kind of like lukewarm, and you're wondering like, oh, could they ever trust me again, or could I ever trust them again? There's like a definitely a boundaries thing. There's definitely like a fear of being hurt, a fear of like, if I let my guard down, like this might happen. And I also feel like they're carrying a lot of wounds from the past. So that could definitely keep you from being with somebody. This is like, I refuse to let anything out or in. So I feel like this person is not only guarded, but they're also blocked emotionally. Like they don't want to let it out. They're holding back emotions. They're restraining emotions. They're refraining from emotion. I feel like they feel they can't really say all of what they feel, or like they can't say all of what they want, or they can't say like something that's been bothering them. So it's like they're kind of like harboring some feelings, and definitely very deep emotional feelings. And this is like, oh my God, I can't take it if this were to collapse. I can't take it if I invested myself again and I got hurt again. Like, this is definitely somebody who's carrying like emotional baggage from relationship to relationship, and they don't know how to shed the baggage, but they're also afraid of creating more. They're also afraid of creating a situation, with you that is out of control, or they're afraid they're going to invest into it, and it's not going to like turn out the way that they expected, or the castle in the sky that they built it up to be. And they're very fearful of it collapsing. They're afraid of like arguments. They're afraid of like chaos. They're afraid of like drama. It's like they can't take any more. And we have 2 of roses for the last message. So to me, I feel like this has to do with what conflicts they can handle and what conflicts they can't. And the same goes for you. So what could be keeping you apart at the core is like conflicts, whether these are like outer conflicts between the 2 of you, or maybe, you get along really good and then when you fight, it's really bad. Or it's like, you're trying to forgive like things from the past that were said, or you're carrying some of that with you. But it could be like those inner conflicts cause outer conflicts, which could have nothing to do with the person in question. It could have more to do with you and what you haven't dealt with, what's kind of like under the surface. And same goes for them. Like, they're not really ready to like scratch the surface. They're not really ready to go deeper. They're not really ready to like, dive into their darker parts, where maybe you have and you've already kind of done some work there. So I feel like, if this is like a situation where you're willing to put in some patience and, not really have the highest of expectations, it could, turn in your favor. But in the meantime, just really keep working on yourself. Love and light.